Stop letting the internet convince you you're behind in life. Get your notepad out. Do you have your notepad out? As simple as that. If he wants to, he would. Welcome to my channel. It's Shamya K. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. You're about to watch my chit chat. Get ready with me. So girl, grab you something to drink, grab you something to eat, and just chill out with me for a minute. Like, let's get into some things. I'm gonna be talking about some things that I'm learning in my 20s, and I want you to be able to just sit back, relax, enjoy this little video. I go on and on and on and on and on about what I'm learning in my 20s, but I really think that you will enjoy it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what, let me stop talking. Go ahead and enjoy the video. Go. Okay, so I'm not even gonna waste no time. We're just gonna get right into the video. I already told y'all what this video is gonna be about, girl. We're gonna talk about some things that I've been learning in my 20s. Let's just say we're gonna get into some things. I might ruffle some feathers, but you know what, we family over here. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I hope that y'all, like I said earlier, got y'all something to drink. This is juice. This is strawberry kiwi juice from Aldi's. I hope that y'all are ready to get into some things, because I'm ready. I got my list of some things that I want to talk about. So let's just jump right in. I'm gonna be starting with my brows, and all of the products that I mentioned throughout this video, I will make sure to link them down below. So make sure you check in that description box, girl. So okay, now I ain't never did my eyebrows on camera, and I love a good brow, so let me make sure that I'm focused. So if I'm looking into my mirror, just know I have to be focused on this. So one thing that I really am learning in my 20s is to stay off the internet. The internet, for a very long time, like, I allowed the internet to convince me that I was behind in life. First of all, there is no such thing as being behind. Your journey is your journey. That's why it's yours. That's why it's unique to you. And what the Joneses are doing, if you know, you know, what they're doing, you know, that has nothing to do with you. Stop comparing yourself. Now, that is so much easier said than done, because trust me, that's why I'm still learning it. I have not mastered that. Definitely at the beginning of, you know, when you're getting out of high school and when you're deciding to either go into the workforce or go to college, you know, you're stuck between that. If I go to college, am I gonna have the funds to get an apartment? Because, you know, with college you have to provide for yourself mostly. Whereas some people who went straight into the workforce, within a few months, they were able to purchase themselves their own apartment. So for me personally, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, I kind of felt like I was behind, because I was seeing people my age get apartments and, you know, getting these nice cars and getting things that I felt as though I should have at the time, when I shouldn't have had any of that. Because first of all, I wasn't ready to have any of that, and second of all, that's not my journey. That's not what God set out for me, period. That's why he allowed them to have it and not me. And then it just wasn't clicking as to why I was just so obsessed with, you know, feeling like I was behind. Because Shamya, you literally went to college, you moved on campus. Like, of course you don't have an apartment because you live in a dorm room. Make it make sense, girl. But at the time you couldn't tell me that. Like, and going into college, I didn't have my license, and I'm like, wow, I'm 18 years old, no license. And this was all just because I had seen people around me like having their license, having these cars, having all the things that I felt like I should have. Now, you should get a license at 16, you know, but it just didn't happen for me like that. And I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that it worked out when it did. So that's probably the first thing that I really want to touch on, is that to stay off the internet. Like, And keep in mind, people are only going to show you what they want to show you on the internet. You're not seeing the things that are taking a toll on them. You're not seeing the things that are taking a negative toll on them. Excuse me. You're not seeing the things that are, you know, what they have to do to get to where they are. Like, they're only showing you the positive things. All you're seeing is this brand new car, not knowing that they have a car note that's probably $800. They don't know how they're gonna pay for that. Whereas you got your 2 feet, Shamya, you know, and you're on a campus where you don't really need a car. Now, you do need I will say I did end up needing a car. That's why I ended up getting one. But I say all that to say, stop rushing the process of, you know, feeling like you have to have what somebody else has, because what's meant for you will be for you. That's something that I'm learning, and that's something that I'm just accepting, because it's true. What's for you is for you. God already got it planned out. So stop your worrying, girl. Stay off the internet. Stay off of it. But yeah, that's something that I'm learning, and that's something that I just gotta keep practicing. Like, I just gotta keep practicing. I'm in a much better place than I was like my freshman year of college. Like, girl, you couldn't tell me that my time was coming, because I'm like, you know, when is it gonna happen for me? And that's why it wasn't happening for me, because I obsessed over it. And when God learned that I wasn't trusting him, he said, I'm not giving her nothing that she's desiring right now, because she doesn't trust me. She doesn't trust that I have something great in store for her. So yeah. Now wait a minute, I really have to focus on this, so I think I'm gonna come back when my brows are finished, and then we go get into the next topic. So don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm back. So my brows are crazy, but we're gonna get it together. But yeah, like I was saying, just make sure that you're not comparing yourself when you can control it. Just don't compare yourself. It's very true that comparison is a thief of joy, and that's something that I'm learning, and I'm glad that I am able to start learning that, because once I accepted that, you know, your journey is unique to you, and that things will happen for you when it's actually your time, things started clicking for me. I stopped, you know, praying and wanting what everybody else had, and just let God take over. Like, that's get your relationship right with God, because I'm telling you, God just get it. So yeah, that's just something that I definitely wanted to touch on, and something that I'm learning in my 20s, girl. Like, it's a learning process. Like, it's not easy, because, but yeah, I had let the internet convince me that I needed this high-rise apartment at 20 years old. I needed a Mercedes Benz. I needed this. I needed that. When all I needed was to be patient and trust that the Lord is looking out for me. The Lord knows your heart, and the Lord knows what you need. Not what your friends need. What you need. So yeah. Next order of business, the next thing I wanted to talk about was controlling your emotions. Stop reacting when you're just over emotional. And if you know me personally, then you know that is something that I am really trying to work on. I'm really trying to work on not allowing so many things to affect me. If something goes wrong throughout my day, and I had already planned to have a good day, prepare to pick me up off the floor, because I'm gonna fall out. And I have to stop doing that, simply because it's just not healthy, and then it's just unrealistic to expect everything to go how you plan, Shamya. Like, it doesn't work like that. But you can't tell me anything. But that's something that I am trying to work on. I'm gonna be using this Morphe palette. Like I said, every product that I'm gonna be using throughout this video will be linked below, so check that description box. But yeah, I just have to learn to control my emotions. I let so many things negatively affect me, and I get myself worked up to the point that I make decisions and I say things that I can't take back, all because I allow my emotions to take over. And something my sister was telling me the other day is, like, I was very upset about something. I was extremely upset, like usual, and I'm just a drama queen, and she was like, just take a breather, and when you've calmed down, then make your decision, then move forward. But because me, I was just ready to make a decision on impulse, when that wouldn't have been healthy, and it just wouldn't have, I don't know, a lot of things are just not worth getting worked up about. It's not worth getting upset about. And that's, like I said, it's just easier said than done. But a lot of times people want you, they expect you to react in a way where it's like, oh yeah, she about to lose her man. Stop giving these people what they want. Like, stop giving them what they want. Like, learn to just take a step back and then assess the situation, and when you've calmed down, then say, okay, how can I move forward and turn this day around? How can I move forward and turn this situation around? What can I take from this? What is a positive thing that could come out of this? Because things can start off bad but end up really, really good. And that's another thing that I wanna like really, what I'm learning in my 20s is that everything will work out. Everything will work out. Like, it may not feel like it, but everything will work out. Everything works out for the greater good. And trust me, if anybody knows how it feels to just feel like things are just not working out, it's me. It's me. And that just brings me to my next topic of life is only gonna get harder. Like, that's harsh. That's the sad reality of it. It's just that life is going to get harder, and we just got to keep rolling with the punches, because unfortunately, like, things don't get easier, they get harder. Like, I would have never imagined being in my 20s, losing my father, being in my 20s, you know, in my junior year of college, you know, reevaluating my whole career path. Like, I never thought that I would be in my 20s and just be so confused and be so lost. But they tell you all the time, this is that age where you're gonna, like, things are gonna constantly change for you. And I'm not big on change. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When things are set a certain way and it works for me, I like to keep it like that. I don't like, you know, going different directions and stuff because this was working. Why is it changing? So yeah, I don't know. I have to learn that life is only gonna get harder. So what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? You know, like, are you gonna, like, give up, or are you gonna continue to move forward and let things work out for the greater good? Like, what are you gonna do? But I guess I'm gonna keep rolling with the punches. I guess I am. I don't know. But yeah, I said everything that I am gonna be talking about is easier said than done. But when you need a little pick me up, look at this video. Look at this video, because I don't know who needs to hear this, but being in your 20s, it don't give, but but we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. They're gonna get harder, and because they're gonna get harder, you're gonna need help. And that's what I really am learning in my 20s, is that it's nothing wrong with receiving help. I am so blessed to have a support system that encourages me. They, you know, pour love into me. They just love everything about me, and they love being able to help me, and they love being able to just be there for me. And that's something that I will never take for granted. I have taken it for granted in the past when I was just younger and dumber. But that's just something that everybody isn't able to say that they have. Everybody is not able to say that I have a great support system. Like, when I need help, I know that I can call on my family, and I know that they're gonna help me. Like, that's something that I never ever have to worry about, and I'm so blessed. And that just brings me back to the point of staying off the internet, because it's like we've allowed society to make us believe that, you know, at 20-some years old, you need to have all of these bills. You need to be paying all of them by yourself. You need to struggle by yourself. But it's like, why would I do that? If I have help, let me receive help. And it's not even just about financial help. It's about, you know, being able to call on somebody and they can help you through a situation that you're battling mentally, not even financially, but just battling mentally. Like when I'm crying hysterically, like my emotions are just out of control, I'm able to pick up the phone and call somebody and they're able to calm me down. That's what I mean about receiving help, because going through things alone, oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine. I simply could not imagine. And I never want to have to go through things alone. There are some battles that you have to fight alone, but if I don't have to, why would I? Why would I? You know, why would I do that? So it's nothing wrong with receiving help. Financially too. Trust me, being in college, you're broke. So if somebody want to send some funds to you, stop, you know, stop rejecting the help. Let them help you. Let them help you. And there are other people in your life that they're just not willing to help you, and they're not, you know, they don't add value to you. They don't add value to your life. They don't contribute anything. And those are the kind of people you have to let go. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but those are the kind of people that you have to let go. If you find yourself having to question a friendship, or if you find yourself having to question a relationship, like, what am I doing with this person? What am I, you know, wait a minute, where is my primer? Okay, we back. We got the primer. But yes, if you find yourself having to question, you know, the quality of the relationship, like, maybe it's time to let it go. Like, maybe it's time to just reevaluate the situation, because friendships, relationships, all of that stuff is constantly changing. Constantly. So it's like, probably should be using a brush, but girl, I'm using my hands. But it's constantly changing, and sometimes it's changing for the worse. I know a lot of things change for the better, but sometimes it's changing for the worse. And we have to remember, well, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of the people around me, they've been around me for years, and sometimes you just have to accept that people are not who they were when you first met them, and there's nothing wrong with that. People outgrow one another. People grow up, and like, they do things, you know, that you just may not agree with. And if the relationship or the friendship, anything like that, no longer serves you, get out. Get out of it. Like, why are you holding on to that? Because y'all known each other for so long? Baby, when you gonna start putting you first, you know? So just keep that in mind when you feel as though, you know, this is not who you are, not who I thought you were. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's nothing wrong with being alone. It's nothing wrong with, you know, rocking out by yourself. It's really nothing wrong with that, because we've allowed society and the internet and all that good stuff convince us that we need to be married by 25, that we need to have a group of friends, that we need to have this, that we need to have that. Like, no, you don't have to have any of that. Because like I said, your journey is yours and it's unique to you. And heavy on the relationships changing, like, heavy on relationships change. And I think that we've also let society convince us that we need to be in a relationship, when, sweetie, it's nothing wrong with being single. It's absolutely nothing wrong with being single, because most times you'll find yourself repeating yourself in a relationship, and you'll find yourself having to compromise certain things, compromise your feelings, compromise just a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't be compromising. Because if you love me the way you say you love me, why do I have to question it? Why do I feel like, you know, you're not fulfilling the needs that are, you know, that I desire? Like, why aren't you fulfilling the things that as a man you should be? Ladies, hear me, and hear me good with what I'm about to say. That man heard you the first time. Let's let that sink in. Let me get my foundation ready. I'm gonna let y'all sit on that for a minute. He heard you the first time. Trust me. Listen to me, and listen to me good. He heard you the first time. You don't have to keep repeating yourself, because remember, there's somebody out there for you that you don't have to repeat anything. You can say something one time, and baby, you ain't gotta say it no more. You don't have to say anymore. Because one thing about it, a man is going to do what he wants to do before he does what he needs to do to keep you. Okay? You heard it here first. And that's a Shamya K quote. He's going to do what he wants to do. If he feels like he doesn't want to get you flowers, he doesn't want to, you know, wait at the door for you, he doesn't want to listen to you, if he doesn't want to do that, it's nothing that you can say to convince him. It's absolutely nothing you can say to convince him, because men know they know their intentions with you. They know if you're worthy of their time, whatever that means, because sucker, are you worthy of my time? Probably not. But but if they want to do it, they will. And that brings me back to friendships, relationships, any of that. If they want to do it, they will. You wouldn't have to keep repeating yourself. So ladies, he heard you the first time. Get your notepad out. Do you have your notepad out? Are you listening? Because I think you need to listen up. He will, if he wanted to, he would. Simple. And if your friend wanted to, she would. Like, if they want to be there for you, they would. You wouldn't have to keep talking about nothing. Like, you wouldn't. So stop begging for these friendships to work. Stop begging for these relationships to work, because sometimes it's not even worth making it work. So yeah, girl. That was kind of all over the place, but I hope y'all caught some of the messages I was trying to talk about there. But yeah, once I learned that a man is only gonna do what he wants to do, so if he wants to love you correctly, if he wants to hear you out and listen to the things that, you know, you desire within a relationship, then he'd do it. Like, I just don't think that that's something that we need to even go deeper on. Like, it's as simple as that. If he wants to, he would. Like, baby girl, maybe he don't want to do it. That's the sad reality. Maybe he just don't want to do it. And that's something that at some point in my life, I had to accept. Like, maybe he don't want to do it. Like, you've been saying the same thing, Shamya, he just don't want to do it. But yeah, stop letting the internet convince you that you're behind. Okay, let's recap a little bit. What have we learned in our 20s so far? You know, what are we going to be taking away from this video? Stop letting the internet convince you you're behind in life. Stop letting the internet convince you need to be in a relationship. Stop letting the internet convince you of things that are just simply not true. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop, you know, reacting when we're over emotional. Let's stop doing that. And I'm talking to myself too. Yeah, so that's just a quick little recap. Now let's keep going. Let's start taking advantage of great opportunities. And I'm really speaking to myself when I say this, because I'm in college and I want to learn more about the social work programs and the things that I want to do moving forward after college. Let's start taking advantage of those networking opportunities, because 9 times out of 10, you could get all these credentials, but it boils down to, who do you know within this field? Who do you know that can connect you to the right people? Like, who do you know? It's all about who you know. Like, and that's the sad reality, because it's gonna be somebody who works very, very hard to try to get their foot in the doors with the right people, but it's because they don't know anybody, it's gonna take them longer. Whereas me, I'm trying to connect with the right people so that they can help me get my foot in the door. You know, use your resources, use them, okay? You know, like, let's start taking advantage of these opportunities that are given to us, you know? So yeah, like, let's start walking into meetings and conference rooms and, you know, even Zoom meetings. Let's start doing that with confidence. Like, act like the Lord placed you there himself. Like, come on now, you know, keep your head held high. Because one thing about it, these higher ups, those people, they smell fear. Like, they really, really do. And they know when somebody isn't confident. So walking in with your head held high, like, yes, I'm about to kill this interview. Yes, I'm about to network. Yes, I am about to, you know, act like God put me right here and you're not going to run me out this room. And that's something that I definitely have to remember when sometimes I am the only African American woman. I have to remember that, you know, You don't be shamed of that. And it's not even about being shamed, but don't let that intimidate you. Don't be intimidated, you know, by the fact that you're the only African American person. Use that to your advantage. Like, just think about, how can I, you know, make my mark here? How can I make sure I'm connecting with the right people? How can I do that? So yeah, don't let that discourage you. Don't let it, because it's gonna be times where you're the only person who looks like you. So just make sure that every chance you get, you're taking advantage of great opportunities, because there are some great opportunities and there are people who are willing to help you. It's just a matter of closed mouths don't get fed. So it's up to you if you're gonna go ahead and, you know, say, hey, I am such and such, I am seeking such and such, and I would like to connect with you. You know, take advantage of those opportunities, because they're out there. They're out there. And when someone is willing to help you and willing to connect with you, use that to your advantage, please. And again, I'm talking to myself for sure. Now, we gotta hurry up. We gotta wrap this video up, because I was told in the last video I was talking too much. And I don't want to keep holding y'all. Let me blend this out and we're gonna come back. We're winding down. The look is coming together. I probably look crazy, I do, but it's coming together. I'm putting some powder. I'm setting my under eye with the Morphe translucent powder. I don't bake with this. I don't do that. And I never have flashback with the technique I'm about to do. But this is not a makeup tutorial. If y'all want a makeup tutorial, let me know and I'll give y'all one. You know, one of the last things that I wanted to mention is that we have to start enjoying life. Like, we have to start making the most out of our situation, making the most out of our 20s, like just making the most out of everything. Like, we're not gonna be in our 20s forever. And I feel like, I don't know about y'all if you're in your 20s and you're watching this, but I spend so much time stressed out, worried about this, worried about that. And it's like, while I'm doing that, I'm taking away valuable time. I didn't even snatch my contour my nose. I just thought about that. Y'all distracting me. Y'all making me miss some steps. And y'all got me on here looking crazy. Let me come back. As I was saying, we literally have to start, you know, enjoying life and like what life has to offer, because believe it or not, it has so much more to offer than we believe. Like, y'all, let's vow to stop sweating the small stuff. Let's vow to stop letting life pass us by. Let's vow to stop using up so much valuable time worried about what's gonna happen next, what's gonna happen 10 years from now, this, that, and the third, where we could literally just be focusing on now. We're wasting time. So that's what I'm learning in my 20s. Like, stop wasting time. You don't got a lot of it, so stop wasting it. You know, stop wasting time. And I've definitely wasted too much time, but this year, no more wasting time. No more doing that. So yeah, you got the rest of your life to worry about whatever it is you're worried about now. Like, I know personally, I worry a lot about my next steps after college, because I do graduate next year, 2023. I want to have stuff lined up for me, and I'll be graduating with a social work degree. And what I hear is just so hard to find a job. It's a good paying job, you know, like hard to find a job that pays well, because no job can pay you what you're worth, because you're priceless, boo-boo. Okay, I just remembered I ain't add no blush, so you know we gotta add that. But yeah, it's so hard to find a job that pays well and that is really just something that you look forward to, because The burnout rate within the social work field is so high, and I don't know, I just want to fall back in love with the field that, you know, I really have my heart set on from the very beginning. I talked about this lip combo of our last vlog, but I'm gonna put y'all on again. Sephora, go ahead and get it. Get you one, and this is in 02. But yeah, so just figuring that out. But I gotta stop worrying about it. I gotta stop stressing about it because life is passing me by. Y'all done got me skipping steps in my makeup, but I know this video is starting to get long and I want to wrap it up. Y'all scared me. Y'all told me I was talking too much, so we want to wrap this up. This is the Morphe setting spray, continuous setting mist, excuse me. But yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna throw us on a little two-piece workout little set or something like that. We're gonna lounge around the room. I got ready for nothing, but I wanted to come in and do this get ready with me, little chit chat. Get ready with me to lay down, girl, because that's what we doing. We got class tomorrow, so we just gonna lay down. But I really hope y'all enjoy this video. It ain't over yet. We're gonna put our little two-piece on, and then we're gonna wrap up what we was talking about. We're gonna talk about some takeaways, and we're gonna get up out of here all per. Hey y'all, I'm back. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching today's video. This concludes our little chit chat get ready with me. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. It's not the typical little vlogs I be trying to put out, but I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below and let me know if you like this video. You know, do you think I should do a part 2? Do you think I should update y'all? What do you want to see moving forward? And I really hope y'all enjoy it. Please let me know what you're liking so far about my channel. It would really mean the world to me. But yes, I hope that you were able to take something away from this video. Like I said, if you did, leave me a comment, let me know. But thank you so much for liking and commenting and subscribing and everything. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias. Thank you. All right, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. I got another vlog coming your way, so make sure you are tuned in. We knocking these videos out. We knocking them out. Make sure you're subscribing, telling a friend, tell a friend, and come holler at your girl. I held y'all up enough, but thank you so much for watching. Bye.